Thank you very much for joining us. I am Nasa Kingo. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. The Speaker of the Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. Tulia Axson, has been elected President of the Global Interparliamentary Union, IPU, today. Delegates to the 147th IPU Congress held in Luanda, Angola, elected Dr. Tulia the 31st President of the IPU with 172 votes. Other candidates were Catherine Hara from Malawi, who got 61 votes, Aji Diarra from Senegal, who got 51 votes, and Marwa Hagi from Somalia, who received 11 votes. To understand the significance of her victory to the country, region, and the continent, I earlier spoke with the Deputy Permanent Secretary of Tanzania to the United Nations, Ambassador Dr. Suleiman. Great pleasure to join with you, Ambassador and Deputy Permanent Representative of Tanzania to the United Nations. Great victory for Dr. Tulia Axson, winning with 172 votes, followed by Malawi, 61 votes, huge gap. What do you think are the factors that have contributed to this huge victory to Dr. Tulia and Tanzania?
Yes, as you mentioned, Dr. Tulia Axson, she emerged as a winner for the presidency for the IPU just now this afternoon here in Luanda in Angola. The main reason is Dr. Tulia herself. The nature and the quality of her leadership. That's a very important. People, they knew her for the last 3-4 years when she started participating on the IPU summits around the world, where she managed to work together with other members. As you know, for the last 2 years, she was appointed as president for Africa Geopolitical Group. She was heading all members, parliamentarian members from the African group, which is involve about 54 members, right? But she did well on that, and she managed to make a good relation with other IPU geopolitical groups, including Europe, Eurasia, GRULAC, and the others. So it was easy for her to sell herself during this consensus. Although there was a major competition, because all 4 candidates were a bit heavyweights.
Some might be wondering, how powerful is IPU globally?
Yes, IPU, it's one of the powerful organ right now because it involves all parliamentarian blocks around the world. It involves nearly 173 countries. And their vision is to oversee democracy, peace and security to the world, trying to unite the world in terms of economic cooperation between member states and the other issues. So it's one of the powerful organs apart from United Nations. And Dr. Tulia Axson, she has a lot of work to do on that.
What do you think at the moment, as a representative of Tanzania to the United Nations, should Dr. Tulia do so that Tanzania can benefit and feel the significance of her being the president of IPU?
There's a lot of benefits from IPU for Dr. Axson to try to find a way to bring more development, not only Tanzania, but developing world. She can have access to have a direct contact with those giants or superpowers. You see, I know the IPU presidents, they are attending frequently to other major conferences in the world, like G20 and others. So she can use that platform as a mouth speaker for those poor countries, developing countries, including Tanzania. I know it's going to be like a lot of benefit for that.
That is the Deputy Permanent Representative of Tanzania to the United Nations, Ambassador Dr. Suleiman, speaking with me earlier. And many congratulations to Dr. Tulia, and we wish her all the best. The President of Zanzibar, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, has acknowledged work done by the World Bank to support the development of Tanzania. President Dr. Mwinyi made the remarks when he met and held talks with the World Bank Country Director Nathan Balete and his delegation at the State House in Zanzibar. Faitha Gaga has more details.
Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi says Zanzibar continues to benefit from opportunities including low-interest loans from the bank through various development projects including health, education, infrastructure, blue economy, women's empowerment and judiciary. President Dr. Mwinyi highlighted other opportunities from the World Bank that benefit Zanzibar, including building the capacity of the workforce through international workshops, trainings, conferences, as well as technical assistance.
So I would like to see all the projects now, moving much faster, as fast as possible. So let me convey again our appreciation for the support that we have been receiving from World Bank, the Big Z project and the Zesta project. These are very, very important projects for us, and I hope that we can start implementation as soon as possible.
On the other hand, the World Bank Country Director Nathan Balete has congratulated the President, Dr. Mwinyi, for strides Zanzibar has made in economic development and improving services to the communities.
Discussions with your government and mainland, we are in active discussions to increase almost double the portfolio over the coming years. This year alone, I think you'll be very happy to know that the Big Z is moving forward. We had lots of challenges with that, but as we discussed in Dar es Salaam, one of the main challenges we had was procurement and the delays in procurement, and this was related to staff changeover, turnover. We discussed this. I think there's proactive action now to maintain the staff so that the staff, once they're trained, they can move things forward. So contracts are moving forward.
Now, from Zanzibar, we go all the way to the Njombe region, where the Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, has directed the Tanzania Electric Supply Company, TANESCO, to pay compensation to all the citizens who are to give way for Rumakali electricity project, which is expected to generate 204 megawatts in Imadihani village in Makete district. Here is a report prepared by Tatu Abdallah and read by Kanki Mwaigomole.
Within Njombe region, the Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, today arrives in Makete district to launch a 360 kilowatt electricity project of the Evangelical and Lutheran Church of Tanzania KKKT South Diocese. In a meeting with the people of Masisiwe village, the Member of Parliament for Makete, Festo Sanga, presents demands for compensation for the people who have to give way for the Rumakali electricity project. Speaking to the citizens of the area, the Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, orders TANESCO to deal with the claims.
The Deputy Minister of Energy is here in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance. You need to work on their compensation so that our Rumarikari project can start.
The plan is being implemented in order to maximize on wheat cultivation in Makete district, and here a directive is given by the Vice President for the construction of a wheat processing factory.
We import more than 1 million tons of wheat from abroad, but we have the ability to produce the same amount of wheat. I'm directing all relevant ministries to work together so that we can finally build a wheat factory near where electricity shall be produced.
Furthermore, the Lugenge water project, which is supposed to end the water shortage in Njombe, has also been inspected.
The Executive Director of the Benjamin Mkapa Hospital in Dodoma, Dr. Alphonse Chandika, says the government is building a cancer diagnosis and treatment center using radiation at the hospital to relieve the Dodoma residents of seeking services in other regions like Dar es Salaam and Mwanza. Here are more details.
The Benjamin Mkapa Hospital Executive Director, was speaking in Dodoma during the visit, adding that the project, which is funded by the government in cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency.
The presence of this building is very crucial in providing service to the citizens. We will also ensure we provide training to our experts so that they can be able to use the medical equipment. In the Central Zone, these services were not available. We used to transfer patients to Dar es Salaam and Bugando. Therefore, now the services are going to be improved here.
On the other hand, the Director General of Bugando Regional Hospital in Mwanza, Dr. Fabian Masaga, says Tanzania's cooperation with the International Atomic Energy Agency has been fruitful in many areas, including trainings for doctors who treat cancer at the Bugando Hospital.
Bugando Hospital has benefited from this support. They have provided training to our experts who use laser treatment. Specifically, this treatment is for cancer and other related treatment. This international organization ensures that high quality of the service, safety of the service, and additional, they support by providing equipment.
The Director General of the Tanzania Atomic Energy Commission was also the coordinator of the national projects funded by the International Atomic Energy Agency. Professor Lazaro Busagala says the commission continues to ensure the safety of radiation equipment and nuclear technology and other cancer treatment machines imported into the country meet the required criteria and also secure scholarships for professionals who operate the machines.
We collaborate with other experts from Vienna, Austria, and other hospitals as well. We also collaborate in determining the types of equipment to be bought so as to provide services to the people. We also provide training to experts who operate on the machines.
The Ministry of Energy, in collaboration with a delegation of experts from the Japanese International Development Agency, JICA, have held a meeting on the implementation on capacity building on designing natural gas distribution networks for the Ministry of Energy, the Tanzania Petroleum Development Corporation, TBC, and the Energy and Water Utilities Regulatory Authority, WURA. Here are more details.
The meeting, which was held in Dodoma, explored best methods to design natural gas networks involving the Dodoma region, the Coast region, and Dar es Salaam. Speaking on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Energy, Director of Policy and Planning, Petro Leatu, says that the project is critical for Tanzania as it will support the reliable use of natural gas. Leatu adds that the country is strategizing on best use of clean energy for cooking, and the project will help in implementing the plan. President Samia has instructed to ensure 80% of the population use clean cooking energy by the year 2033, and this project will enable the goal to be achieved quicker. On the other hand, the Chief Representative JICA Tanzania, Hitoshi Ara, thanks the ministry for the cooperation from the beginning of the agreement and vows more support from the agency.
Another story from Dar es Salaam. The president of the South African Council for Graduates, Thamsaka Mfela Makbela, says relevant training programs for CEOs are critical to equip them with the ability to formulate strategies for their businesses and being more competent in crisis management. Makbela made the remark during the two-day CEOs training organized by the Global CEOs Institute in Dar es Salaam, aiming to explore challenges that are facing the CEOs in Tanzania and to know how to deal with them.
The certification program is a game changer. It's going to help you to stay abreast and also to be able to feed from the insights, to feed from the best practices of other CEOs. Not only participating in the training, but also to be part and parcel of the CEO Institute, to be able to network, to be able to even grow your own businesses. And I think it is important that they are able to have new perspective, they are able to get more and fresh best practices, not only out of Tanzania, but out of the entire African continent.
He also calls upon CEOs in Tanzania to stay ahead of the industry in accordance with international standards.
Our message to CEOs is that always make your next best move. Behave in a way that will then grow and expand your competitive edge so that your business stay competitive and remain victorious.
The organizer of the training, Deogratis John from the Global CEOs Institute, says they are focusing on nurturing few elite CEOs by supporting them with needed skills.
We train them, we equip them with the right skills, and then at the end of the day, it becomes easier for them to, increase their competence level, but competitive level, they become more competitive to the global arena, and also apart from that is also to increase the intertrade between our members.
Remaining in Dar es Salaam, the Deputy Minister of Finance, Omar Hamada Chande, directs the Gaming Board of Tanzania to continue creating an enabling environment to attract more investors in the sector and hence contributing to the country's economy. The Deputy Minister made the remarks in Dar es Salaam during the 28th anniversary of the establishment of the Gaming Board of Tanzania, insisting the conducive environment for investment will attract more investors to the country.
There are those who come from America, England, and China. Any law, any rule, and any procedure that hinders the investors should be removed immediately. And this is the dream.
On the other hand, the Executive Director of the Gaming Board of Tanzania assures the Minister of Professional Management of the board, according to the Tanzanian ethics.
TBT will continue to protect society, especially children, against the negative effects of gambling sector safe, and thus contribute to the development of the country.
The celebrations were held at JNICC in Dar es Salaam, and it was attended by various gaming and sports stakeholders. Now, as today is another Friday, Zanzibar Islands, a group of islands off the coast of mainland of Tanzania. Our very own Faith Gaga gives us an insight about this beautiful archipelago and a number of reasons why you should visit it.
Zanzibar Island is known as Africa's tropical paradise, offering the world's most beautiful beaches. Here you find miles and miles of white sandy beaches dotted with palm trees, surrounded by the clear azure water of the Indian Ocean. Zanzibar is part of the Zanzibar archipelago, together with Pemba Island and many other smaller islands. Zanzibar Island offers a laid-back beach life, a colorful culture, and a deep history. The Zanzibar Islands are named the Spice Islands because of their rich history in spice trade and the many spice plantations. The historic Stone Town is an amazing mix of cultures. Welcome to Zanzibar. Welcome to Tanzania.
Well, that is just a part of the beauty of the island of Zanzibar. Thank you very much, Faith and Gaga. Before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now take a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Time now for all the latest in international news. And here is international news as compiled by Ahmed Salem and read by Maria Mubiru.
The cost of public transportation has exponentially increased in Goma and Bukavu in the Democratic Republic of Congo as a result of fuel price hike. Taxi drivers and motorcyclists have tripled or even quadrupled fares. As a result, the majority of commuters in those areas have resorted to walking. Despite consumer protests, petroleum companies in South Kivu claim not to be responsible for the price hikes, as currently the Ministry of Economy is the one set the fuel prices. With less than a month before the start of the presidential election campaign scheduled for December 20th in the DRC, none of the 24 presidential candidates has been disqualified from the race yet, even though limited fuel availability may constrain their movements. Former Chinese Prime Minister Li Keqiang has died of heart attack less than a year after retiring from his position. The state-run Global Times reported that on October 26, Li had a sudden heart attack and passed away after all rescue measures failed. The 68-year-old, who retired in March, served 2 terms alongside Chinese President Xi Jinping. The United States Department of Defense has said the country has attacked 2 facilities in Syria used by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and Iran-backed groups, following a series of attacks against U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria. The strikes came after President Joe Biden's administration pledged to respond to attacks on U.S. personnel that Washington has blamed on armed groups backed by Iran. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has said the United States does not seek conflict and has no intention nor desire to engage in further hostilities. But these Iranian-backed attacks against U.S. forces are unacceptable and must stop. Hundreds of police officers and FBI agents in Maine are searching for Robert Card for suspected of murdering 18 people and injuring 13 others in a mass shooting. Schools and businesses have closed and people have been advised to stay indoors as far as 80 kilometers away from the scenes of Wednesday's shootings in Lewiston. According to the Gun Violence Archive, the Wednesday's mass shooting marked at the worst in the U.S. this year, which counts those where 4 or more people are killed or injured, excluding the gunman.
Thank you very much, Ahmed Salem and Mariam Mubiru for the international news. The sports news up next. And in sports news, Simba head coach Roberto Oliveira says he plans to have a different approach in their next match against the Heifer Sports Club, as the team needs the crucial 3 points before facing their arch-rivals, Young Africans, in the Kariakoo Derby. Robertinho insists for Simba Football Club to win the title, it will have to win every next game, while the Heifer head coach Moses Basena says that they are ready to open a new page by winning against Simba.
Our objective is stay in first place and to be champion. Because after this game we have derby, okay? Now you need to play with responsibility. I have 2 or 3 options for maybe start tomorrow between 11 or during the game. I don't know, I go decide today about this, but the most important, attention, concentrate, because our opponent plays strong. We need respect.
Affecting them, we need to limit them in all aspects of the game, whether offensiveness, whether defensiveness, and I believe we are going to go for them toe-to-toe.
Simba Football Club will host the Heifer Sports Club tomorrow in the 7th round game of the Tanzania Premier League at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. We wish both of them all the best. And that's the sports news, and also marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa Kingu, and we wish you a good night.
TBC1, ukweli na uhakika.